effectiveness of the algorithm. So I can find similar patients in a database that have a certain disease and the factors driving that disease and the correlations. So this is useful to, first of all, understand if the algorithm is working well. And if something is wrong, you can easily detect it. You can reduce bias, because then you are not using factors that you're not supposed to use to perform your prediction. That's very important. And then it allows you to debug the algorithm, to detect if there is failure. So airplanes have this type of capability, and that's why they are safe. So they continuously monitor the engine. If you don't have explainability, you are not monitoring your AI solution. So explainability is important because you can reduce bias, you can make sure that it runs correctly, and it helps you to explain why it's doing something so that you can take action, so you can take a strategic action to change how you do things in the organization. In a way, explainable AI is also AI for the decision maker, for the physician, for the C-level executive. Right? Not only an individual prediction is done, an aggregated set of predictions performed, and that allows you to change how you do business, how you operate in a healthcare facility. So in a nutshell, that's what we do. We have a cloud solution. I've known Jerry for quite some time. I started here in this building, actually, many years ago. And we have deployed the technology. Right now, our commercial focus is in fraud detection and marketing. Jerry, with the HIPAA Complete partnership, would be focused on the healthcare space. But we have deployments in people using our technology in drug discovery for about 6 years. That's kind of our application in the healthcare space. We have done some research work. I was actually a postdoc at the Max Planck Institute doing applying AI on stem cell research. So at the end, data is data. It's more important to find a specific application that can be delivered. You can build basically any kind of prediction if there is enough data. What matters is to build the right product. And I think you need a data scientist for that, but you need data scientists who have built products and who have created commercial solutions. That's a different type of knowledge, and I think the combined expertise here would allow this type of work. Yes, so in the case of fraud, American Express is using our technology, Visa is using our technology, Deloitte is using our technology, other companies such as ICANN have been using our technology. And then again, not in the healthcare space, but we are looking forward to working more in this space with Jerry and the partnership. And I think that's kind of what we do. I don't know if you have any questions about the technology, where it's delivered, or maybe we can dive deeper tomorrow.
Well, and so we are continuing to set up the remote demo into our server here, where we're running yours. And again, Arnoldo, I think it's tomorrow you're set up for the formal session with his slides, explaining in detail.
Yeah.
But, he's around, and again, I know you have other meetings and calls to do, you're a busy person, but one-on-one with each group to understand what you're doing.
Yeah, I will be around, and I would like to learn more about why you guys are working and where you think AI can be helpful to kind of brainstorm ideas and just hang out. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Arnoldo. Oh, and he's getting married. Congratulations. All right, great, Arnoldo. Thank you. ClearSense is next. There we go. And then just to get everyone lined up, and then is Everett, there you are, right there in front of me. All right, and then we already had sort of points. Go ahead. Oh. I know, we're really confusing people with this, because, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Good morning, everyone, and Jerry, thanks for inviting me. I'm glad I followed Arnoldo, because I'm actually here to sign Arnoldo up to run his apps in the healthcare environment. Dr. Morley, it was really interesting to hear you talk. So I'm going to digress for a second, an early AI story, because to hear you, when you started that you were interested in AI and that you were waiting for it, I had a little different experience. I'm a clinician as well. trauma critical care nursing. And back in the late 80s, early 90s, I worked with Dr. William Shoemaker, who started the Society of Critical Care Medicine and actually started the concept of an ICU. Well, we had predictive models back then, primarily for trauma, hypovolemic patients, patients that lost fluid, and we would be able to help the clinicians decide whether to administer blood products, colloids or crystalloids. But guess what the feedback was? Charles, Dr. Shoemaker, these guys got to make their own mistakes. They can't have machines helping them make decisions. And we countered that with, yeah, but these patients are likely to die if they, use the wrong treatment and whatnot. We understand that, Charles, but they've got to learn. And we made a couple mistakes. One, we called it, I like explainable analytics. We called it predictive or prescriptive analytics. Telling folks what to do probably wasn't the best. So if you think about it, we kind of closed up shop. We wrote our papers and whatnot. And, what do you know? 25 some years later, we're back into it. ClearSense is going to be very well described by my partners at Meharry Medical Center, Meharry College, who have adopted the ClearSense technology for their Data Science Institute. At its base, born in an academic medical center environment, initially with the LA County USC Medical Center, then with the UC system, and then on to the SUNY system in Stony Brook, and then made a commercial product over the last 5 years. Basically, I took a bunch of time off in 2009, 2010, spent time with the folks at Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Yahoo to bring those technologies to healthcare for a unified data platform to do things such as data science in other work. But for healthcare, the ability to get all that data in one place so you can actually do something with it, whether it originates from the hospital, from streaming data from the instruments, the electronic medical record, financial systems, as well as external. So the environmental data, social media data, and data that we talked about, data from the home and stuff, to have a place for that, to build applications on, to do data science. And Amy Andrade is going to do a talk a little bit later, and she'll actually get it into it in much detail. But the uniqueness here is a private cloud environment. And you may ask why a private cloud versus AWS, Google or Azure. I partnered early on with folks that came out of microsystems, and we developed some technologies that allow us to bifurcate compute and storage and do this at a very low cost. So it was very, very important for me to be able to provide the same technology that I do for the Cleveland Clinic to Meharry Medical College and other safety net hospitals in safety net environments. Because if you think about it, it's not just the Cleveland Clinics of the world that are delivering healthcare. There's a lot of organizations out there that if the price is up here, they're not going to be able to do it. So, so that really is kind of the genesis and why private cloud. And again, from a security perspective, we know who our neighbors are. There are other healthcare providers, and we're able to provide the security accordingly. So I will kind of end it at that. Amy will do a much better job of going over the applied nature a little bit later this afternoon. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. So thank you.
Do you want me to introduce? Did you want me to do one quick one?
No, right after.
Oh, right after?
Right
Okay,
after, yeah,
okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
convince you